Hello, I'm Jan Mulvey and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. This week, with a big game coming up on Sunday, a Carling Cup final, no less. We shall be providing... Not a Cardiff Cup final, as anyone who watched the match reaction will know. It's technically true.
It is.
It is a Cardiff Cup final. Yeah. Not what I meant. So I will hold my hand up over that. Anyway, we've got the Anfield rapper at Anfield Road's Jim Boardman in the studio with us, which if you watch the subscription show, you will know already. Anyway, Jim, welcome for all those non-subscribers. Welcome to the show once again. It is, by all accounts, the biggest game of the season for us so far. Are you excited to be going back to Wembley?
I am actually. Yeah, it's started to sink in a little bit today. I think I noticed that I wasn't sort of as doom and gloom about the football as I have been. Been a bit of a bad time lately as well with off-field stuff, hasn't it? So I think 6-1 win at the weekend, and now off we go to Wembley, and fingers crossed we're going to win.
Yeah, Chris, what about you, matey? Yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Dave, Woods, mantelpiece. Touch it, touch, quick. Yes, excellent.
The director doesn't respond to direction very well.
Yeah, anyway, Chris, what about you? Excited, mate?
I'm excited.
You're off as well,
I'm off for it. I can't fucking wait. I want to sink a few little beers, hopefully be a nice sunny day, because it's cup final day, even
though it's February. Yeah.
It's going to be a good game, I think. I really, really, really want to win it though.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? And we've discussed this on this week's subscription show, so we won't touch into it lest people feel like they've got wasted their money on it. But obviously, for all intents and purposes, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup that's found some meaning for us this season. Jim, how important is it, do you think, that Liverpool get this trophy under the belt?
It's just a good start to Kenny's first full season, isn't it? You get some silverware, you've got something on the honours board which hasn't been changed for, what is it, 5? Well, it would be 6 years this season. Yeah. So it's just good. I can't think of anything bad to say about winning the Carling Cup, and I don't care what other teams say. It is a good thing. There may be some things that are better, but it's the best we can do at this moment in time.
Well, we could be playing a derby game. You know what I mean? Either way, that was obviously what's been rearranged for this. So it could just be a normal league game, but instead, we've got a nice trip out for those lucky enough. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop going on about this. You're not jealous at all of all the...
A bit of red is really coming out of you now, isn't it?
Man, I'm slabbering
hasn't he?
What?
Bits of red, hasn't he?
Fucking hell, best not. Twat. No, there's a few people, obviously quite a few years ago, and well done. Yeah, enjoy. No, I genuinely hope we all enjoy it. But it's obviously it's an interesting one. We're playing a lower league side in Cardiff now. Cliche central, cliches will abound. Potential banana skin playing against a team like that, Jim.
Yeah, because you can think you've won before you get there. You can turn up thinking, the way below us in the league, this will be easy, this shouldn't be a problem, and it is up to us to win, isn't it? They've got nothing to lose. If they come away having been beaten, they're not going to be as downhearted as we're going to be. You can kind of imagine that the way they go into it is, we've got nothing to lose, we're the underdogs, let's go for it. So yeah, we've got to be careful that we don't fall on that banana skin, but I don't know, we can do it. We've got to show respect to them, because they're a top side in the division below us. They're in the top 4.
They're 4th in the league.
Yeah. I mean, they're only a little bit higher up than Brighton are actually in the league, but it doesn't mean to say that we're going to find it as easy playing them as we did against Brighton. So yeah, I respect them, treat them like they're a team in the same league as us, and we can win that.
I think it's probably a good thing that Arsenal slipped up on Birmingham. For our own sakes, isn't it? Because Kenny's going to be reminding them about what happened to them and the way that Arsenal tailed off after that, and obviously Birmingham did fuck all anyway. But okay.
And let's not forget, obviously going back to 2001, obviously we played Birmingham then, and although Robbie Fowler scored the early goal, they got because with Andy Johnson, and ended up going to penalties. We didn't do that easily, so yeah, it was lovely that. In fact, this is only part 1 of our Carling Cup preview. In part 2, you'll be able to see Dietmar Hamann, Jamie Carragher and Steven Gerrard talking a lot about that final as well, and some penalty antics from the Kaiser who missed, and the Jamie Carragher who didn't. So yeah, please do tune in for that. But yeah, it has that sort of feel to it as well. It's a game that you're meant to go and win, but sometimes you've really got to go, and they're the games that you've got to put an extra 10% in, Chris.
Yeah, I think you do have to. You know, you mentioned it before. It is a potential banana spin. They've got some good danger men.
Yeah.
They've
Go
got
on, give us
Peter
the
Whittingham.
danger man.
Peter Whittingham is a midfielder, formerly of Aston Villa. He's top scorer last season with 25 goals. He's joint top scorer.
Can I just stop you there? What is it about championship midfielders who score 20 odd goals a season? Like, I mean, there's always one or two in that division. Like, it was like Michael Brown, it was years ago when he was playing for Sheffield United. There's always at least one like superstar. So he'll come up and score 3 next season, or from the penalty spot or something. Like, but anyway, we digress. Chris.
He's also joint top goal scorer this season with 10, and he's their top assist provider with 11 so far this season.
Any more danger man?
Kenny Miller.
The legendary Kenny Miller.
Yeah, Scotland captain, formerly of Rangers and Celtic. Weirdo. Premiership experience with Wolves and Derby County. He was the SPL top scorer last season, despite moving to Bursaspor mid-season. So he left in mid-season. He was still
in the West Country.
Yeah, he's Bursaspor, just outside Bristol.
Why not? Why not?
Thank you, Justin Lee Collins, for joining us in the studio for that one.
And he's their joint top goal scorer this season with 10 goals.
Yeah, excellent. I think Kenny Miller's one of them. We say this all the time. He's got Premier League experience. He's never really cut it at the highest level. Apologies, Scottish football fans, but you know what I mean. He does. He's very much a championship striker, but he is a prolific goal scorer, and he's the kind of man that on his day can cause problems.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing about cups, they're going about the romance of the FA Cup and all that, but it's the kind of day that's designed for a headline, isn't it? For someone like him to score a winning goal, which he won't, you know.
What the hell, Jim?
Thanks, Dave.
But yeah, it's that kind of thing. It's the romance of the cup and all of that, and it only takes one slip, doesn't it? And disaster strikes, kind of thing in the game. So. No,
let's not go there. Anyway, Chris, I mean, obviously we're talking about this, you know, they say form goes out the window, the form book gets thrown out whenever you're playing cup games, but we're talking about Cardiff. Obviously, as you said, they're 4th in the championship at the minute, but they've not been in great form in the league.
It seems like their form went out the window once they got to the final, because they drew 1-1 with Southampton, then they lost to Blackpool, then they lost to Leicester, they beat Peterborough on Valentine's Day, and then they've lost to Ipswich since.
Excellent. I like the way you worked that up there. Like,
you wrote it all down for me.
Apart from the Valentine's Day bit, I like that. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, because I'm getting shit about that date.
Important day.
I'm forgetting it.
Yeah. But no, obviously spotty. So it's draw, loss, win, loss is the last 5. So it's been spotty for Cardiff recently. As you say, I think it was such a, obviously it went to penalties, their semi-final against Palace, didn't it, and that's how they come through. And I think a lot of that, as you say, it takes you so much mentally and physically to get over the hill, that it seems to have had a knock-on effect in the league form. But Jim, you know, you can't base too much on that, can you? No,
it's going to be the biggest games. These players are going to look at the biggest game of their lives, some of them, aren't they? Or the last chance, or the first chance, yeah.
And I'm not sorry, Scottish football.
Well, he's probably not welcome at either of his 2 biggest Scottish clubs anyway, is he? So he needs something here so he can actually ask after dinner speeches to do later on in his life. But yeah, you've got to forget about the form. I think our form hasn't been brilliant if you actually look back at our last few games either, though. So we won the cup game, but we didn't do so good in the last 2 league games.
Yeah.
Forget who the opposition is. We didn't win either of those games. So it's going to be a game that you look at in isolation. When you say the form goes out the window, it does.
Yeah.
It's a one-off game. It's totally separate from everything else you're doing, and we've not played them. Well, I'm sure you've got it written down. We've not played them for a long time, have we? So.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. We haven't got that written down. What is it with guests coming on and asking us things that we don't know?
Maybe we should show them what we've got wrote down.
No, we can always add the graphic if we need to, like as we always do. Just throw it in after, like our team news, like our Brighton danger men last week. Vicente used to play for Valencia. Done. Move on. Anyway, team news. There's one reasonable bit of team news, isn't there, for
Yeah, the goalkeeper Tom Heaton's expected to return for injury, but David Marshall, the former Celtic keeper, has figured 32 times this season, so it's questionable whether he'd actually get his place back anyway. The Cardiff skipper, actually Mark Hudson, is supposedly going to be fit. Boss Malky McKay said Mark's calf injury isn't serious.
Is that a quote?
Yes.
A direct quote?
A direct quote.
Can you?
Oh, I can do that.
Don't bother, it's too late. You missed your moment. So, Jim,
is he telling the truth though? Is he telling the truth?
Is it mind games?
Yeah,
Mackay playing mind games. Like, do you reckon that Tom
Mackay plays mind games?
Tom Heaton, any relation to Anfield rap overlord Andy Heaton by any chance? Like,
well, I don't know. Andy's a goalkeeping guru, isn't he? So.
Maybe it's his alter ego. Maybe it's like his evil twin or something like. You know what I mean? There we go.
I've not asked Andy actually what he thinks of his namesake, so
we'll find that out. Not that anyone.
He tends to criticise more than anything, though. So maybe he's not a bad keeper because I don't remember him criticising him. So.
Anyway, let's move on and shall we? What's next up? Obviously, we've just got through the game against Brighton in the FA Cup. Against yet another lower league side. Do you think it sort of stands us in good stead? Well, in fact, you know what, I'm going to go to Chris with this. Having played a team at a similar level and got the results, is that sort of will that help our preparations any?
I would think so, yes. Obviously, they're going to get a bit more confidence that if they go out and play decent football, then they should get the results. The fact is, what I really like about that is that Kenny wound them up to get the results, and if he can do that for Brighton, I have confidence that he can do it for Cardiff in a cup final. Yeah,
what about you, Jim?
Yeah, it's a bit of experience, isn't it? They're in the same part of the same league as well. They're only a couple of I think 4 points apart they are in the league. Yeah, it just, it's a bit of experience, as you say. You can say, look, you beat those 6-1. This is how you did it. This is what you did right. This is what you did wrong, and you're lucky we didn't lose or whatever. But yeah, it's something to build on.
Excellent.
Welcome to your best bets. Liverpool face Cardiff City this Sunday in the 4 o'clock kickoff. Obviously the lower league sides are massive underdogs in this game, so let's have a look at how they're priced. Cardiff are priced at 15-2, the draw 7-2, and Liverpool are 2-5 on. The Mighty Reds are such heavy favourites that a 4-0 win is only 14-1. To put that into perspective, a 1-0 Cardiff win is actually 18-1. So let's have a look at a few doubles. Craig Bellamy to score the first goal against his hometown club, and Liverpool to win 3-0 is 40-1. Cardiff's Peter Whittingham to score the first goal and Liverpool to win 3-1 is 330-1. And finally, for those of you who think the game's going to go to the wire, a win for either side on penalties is 14-1. Back to the studio.
Okay then, Christoph, have you got some best bets?
Yeah, I've got some of the odds. I took some advice from somebody on Twitter or one of the comments from last week.
Yeah, any idea who that was? So we can give him a name check.
Could you put it there for me? If I haven't. No, you're not going to put it there for me. Twat. Right.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll thank you. Yeah.
So Billy Hill got Cardiff 7-1 for the win, which is really bloody good odds actually. If you want to have a little cheeky flutter on Cardiff and soften the blow if we do lose. A draw is 3-1, or Liverpool are 1-3 on.
Is that based on 90 minutes, or is that the
Cardiff to win is always based on the 90 minutes,
right?
Isn't it? I think at the bookies it's 90 minutes, and if it's a draw, then whether they win in extra time or penalties, it doesn't matter. But some bookmakers do vary, so please check with your bill payer before you continue with that bet.
Please check with your dad before you put the bet on.
Ladbrokes though, I've got it at 8-1, so that is really, really good odds. Bet 365, I've got it for 7-2 for the draw.
Bet what?
Bet 365. I don't know what I said it wrong.
Bet 365.
And Boyle Sports have got us 2-5 on. Some other cheeky ones, probably a really good way to make some money on this game actually. If you go on Bet365, go onto the timecast, because you can get Bellamy first goal and the goal to be within 1 to 20 minutes for 10-1, or Suarez first goal to come between the 21st and the 46th minute, 11-1, which are really bloody good odds, Paul, trust me. Because you have no idea, so that's why I'm just saying trust.
I will trust you, Chris. Won't put my own money on it.
No, of course you won't.
But I'll happily be happy for you if it comes off.
And I think I'll do a lucky dip on the lottery again.
Yeah. So where's the smart money bet wise on for you?
I think Bellamy getting a goal is probably decent against his boyhood club or the town he's from.
Will he start?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would like to think so. If he's not,
Mm. He did take a knock, didn't he? So he is expected back for the game. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Bellamy first goal, and the first goal's come between 1 and 20 minutes. Yeah, 10-1. Why not? Why not?
Very interesting. Okay then, Jim, put your neck on the line. Prediction time.
I always go for us to win. I always have to. I feel like I have to do that. I'm not saying we'll walk over, but I can actually see us scoring 3 goals. But it could be in the kind of like we're 1-0 up from quite early on, and it ends up 3-0. I'm hoping, and I think I think we'll win 3-0, maybe 3-1 in 90 minutes.
Excellent, Christoph.
I think they're going to score first.
Really?
For the sake of this, why not? And we're going to win 3-1.
Excellent. Excellent. I really wish I was able to whistle there when I did that thing there. That's what I was meant to do.
Stop buying time.
He'll duck one over later, won't he?
I'll learn this off Neil for tomorrow. So how to play.
You're still doing it now.
Well, what you doing is I actually agree. I think it's gonna be one of those horror cup finals. I don't mean horror as in we're gonna lose. I think it's not gonna be as easy as we would like it to be, and I can see it being quite similar in many respects to the aforementioned 2001 final, where maybe it's 1-1 and it goes to extra time, or it's 2-2 or something like that. I don't think we're going to win this comfortably, but I think we're going to win it. So
you're sitting on the fence?
No, I'm going to say we're going to win it on penalties.
Oh no.
I know. Get your money's worth at least if you've gone all the way down, if you're lucky enough to get a ticket.
Did the moaning get in the centenary? Whatever you were, did he get one?
Oh God, I hope not. I really fucking hope not. Actually, I did hear him mention that him and his missus saying, "Oh, the atmosphere's terrible, isn't it? No, I thought, "'Cause of you prick." But he was saying how I heard him saying it wasn't as good as Man City, which worries me that if they went to that, they might have been in with a shout of going. Well, unlucky anyone who's going to be going to Wembley and has that beaut sat behind you, like, you know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway,
coach.
Coming up on part 2, please do keep watching. As I've said, we've got interviews with Dietmar Hamann, Jamie Carragher and Steven Gerrard talking about their League Cup experiences, as well as a little bit about this one itself, and we'll be back as well with our wonderful smiling faces, so do tune in for that.